Quick, everybody, Big Smith just left. Start the stream. Hi, come here. You wanna come up? Come here. Oh my goodness, Fern. Okay, well, suit yourself. So, yes. Hello, Miss Charlotte. Hello, Big Smith, even though he's not here now. Hello, Joker. How are you guys doing? We're gonna be continuing with those comic pages. Thank you. On time. Listen here, Fire. Also, when did I say that? Because I'm pretty sure that's not something I said. Yes. I hope you appreciate this beautiful. Oh my God! Thank you, Nico. As always, I left these up for now. This was a couple of it's Kelsey. Hi, Kelsey. Oh, Fern's like. Oh. These are a couple of stickers that I redrew from a sticker set on my Facebook chat, where it's like a poo and like a little roll of toilet paper characters, but I redrew it. So one of them, this one is being Fern, as you can maybe tell, and this one is me and Justice. Yeah. Right, okay. Layouts. Gotta do that. Yes. So, tragically, oh, also, Farah, I'm sorry to tell you this on stream, but I just remembered and I don't want to forget to let you know. Not great news. It's not like life-threatening or anything, but still sucky. Your friggin' Christmas gift, the Arcane Art book, I got a message from Amazon being like, we're giving her a refund because we don't have any, and I'm like, after like waiting this long, because I pre-ordered it back in like December for Fyra, with the expectation that it's like, okay, it's not out yet because it doesn't like exist as like a book you can buy yet, but in like the early new year it's supposed to come out, and so that sucks because now I essentially didn't give you a present. And that's not really a mood. Except with the one on the right. Probably, yeah, we can talk about it more. As I said, I saw the email like not that long ago and I just wanted to let you know because I was like, so I'm gonna get rid of these guys for now. Do I want to save it? Yes, so last week, sorry, I've been doing like fucking, wow, such a language. I've been doing like tax stuff and all that shit and like looking up just certain like legal things for filing for certain separated things. So that's been fun. So last Friday, I am working through the first 5 pages of Private Dance Las Vegas. So this is like the first page of the sequence, and I didn't draw the top one because it's going to be a cityscape and I didn't feel like doing that right now. So I think I'm going to continue not wanting to do it. And we were working on kind of a splash page, which I am going to... I didn't do anything. Okay. But yes, sorry, I guess to answer your question, Joker, this lady, who we cannot see all of because her booty be out, this is Chrissy, who is the main character for this little short story. Is good, like this girl. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of see how far we can get. Also, I plugged my camera into the front USB on my monitor, And this, sorry to like keep dunking on the camera that you gifted me, Fire, but like the cord on it is so short. So now it has to be slightly not in the place I usually like it to be. Because I forgot to get the camera from Justice, so it's all good. Yeah, so I would just kind of like to see how far we can get. I was going to end somewhat early later, just because we have some going out kind of birthday observances. So I'm gonna go till 7 and see how far we can get, because I do need to get this shit done. Oh, that's what I unplugged. I unplugged my tablet. 1 second. This is truly a well-oiled machine that just works. Do you know whose birthday? Maybe. Okay, Miss Charlotte, weren't you saying that this was like a birthday thing for you? But then you were saying... I had to go under and plug my tablet in. Did it work? Oh my god, is it still not plugged? As I said, this is a well-oiled machine that just works. It's all good. Hold on 1 more second. Let's try that again. How's that? That was the sound I wanted. Okay. Cool. Okay, so, okay, hold on now. Surely I would have remarked on this before, because I'm always like, oh my god, your birthdays. So, is your wife's birthday yesterday, and your birthday's today? How do you people find each other? Because Kelsey and her partner also have birthdays that are like 2 days apart in the same month. Okay, so I'm not crazy, because I was thinking, I was like, wait, I was pretty sure that you said you wanted to do this thing as like a thing for your birthday, and then yesterday I wished Blazing a happy birthday, so it's like, am I crazy? Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna ask, but hopefully you guys got to do something nice yesterday, or at least chill. I'm nuts? Oh, well. I mean, I'm medicated, so it's all good. Big Smith is back. Quick, pause stream. I guess too, for anyone who was maybe not here last stream, or oh my god. So this is a 3-issue miniseries called Private Dance Las Vegas, and it is the offshoot of another like series. It's called Private Dance by Space Between. So basically right now our character Chrissy is kind of working as like an MC in like a Magic Mike kind of special. Okay, now I wish that was the one I was reading. No. Seriously though, that would be actually really fucking funny. Somebody DM Pat. So this sequence that we're doing right now is basically like, like I said, our girl Chrissy is the MC at a male strip joint, and she is a little, I want to say hapless, if that might be an applicable word. And also trying to not, I realize I should probably not spend too long on this splash panel because I'm going to shrink it down and stuff, but I put on different music, but I don't know if I'm feeling it. I had put on some like ambient. What's splash about it? I mean, this in the least offended way. Are you taking the piss, or are you asking genuinely? A crazy job in both directions. Because to answer your question earnestly, splash page is, or splash panel is basically like a very big, like, usually a splash page is where an entire page or double page spread is like one image. So, okay, sorry. Because this one is a little haha because there is going to be some splashing happening. This is still like mostly PG-13, so don't get too scared. But yeah, so like this is gonna be a big panel that I might not have like borders on and stuff like that. And in theory, with a splash panel, you kind of want to like have a lot of stuff going on in it, or like a lot of so you can do like crowd scene or establishing shot, or just like something where you want to give it kind of like a moment. Rave story. Yes, I don't think we could talk about that on stream. R-rated. What would you hold? I don't know, maybe this guy's holding like a towel, I don't know. What do sexy naked guys hold? I was kind of thinking that Chrissy over in the corner there does kind of have a nip that you can kind of see, but I feel like it's subtle enough that I'm not gonna get in trouble unless somebody wants to be a big ugly snitch. Sorry, you get a nice shirt. I'm laughing a little bit because just thinking about my own sort of angle of being like, what does like a kind of like guy performing as like sexy for the female gaze look like? And I'm like, all I can really think about is like anime voice, and I think that says something about me. So. I expect that I will hear some dramatic recounting later. I've been to a rave. For what it's worth, raves are not always not rated E for everyone, so. Okay, but I still have to get 5 panels in here. Wizard rave? Kelsey, I'll need to tell you about this a bit more, but I went to a vampire rave kind of recently, and it was like a proper themed rave. But I did have to tell at least more than one person about the lackluster wizard theme at the wizard rave. Basically, Kelsey and I and a couple other of Kelsey's buds, who are now kind of my buds, went to what was advertised as a wizard rave, which you would think was like themed, right? Because I don't know, it seemed like it. Maybe that was our bet, but we got dressed up and we were basically all like kind of like dark elf magic casters, and we were like, oh, hopefully this is like still like on the spectrum of wizardy. Even though we're not like wizards TM, although honestly that would have been kind of funny if we were all like sexy wizards with like big fucking beards and stuff. But when we got there, there was like only one other person who actually like had any sort of like costume on, and he was giving out glow sticks, so he was pretty popular. But we were just like, well, and Justice had asked me, he's like, cause I was like, I don't know, what is like wizard rave music? And I was like, I feel like I put more thought into having like what the theme was than the people who organized it did. Cause Justice was like, oh, I wonder if they'll play like any like remixes from like Lord of the Rings. You have to let me know. Cause he's like, there's like a rave remix of the like taking the elves to Isengard, taking the hobbits to Isengard, and I was like, I don't know, even if you went like this kind of like psychedelic route, I feel like, and to be fair, there's probably like kind of pan flute themed, oh my god, now I kind of want to look it up, like pan flute themed like fantasy style rave music, because ravers are fucking dorks a lot of the time, and now I'm gonna look it up, so you have to endure it. Goodbye, lo-fi for witch. Fantasy rave. Okay. Hey, Corey. Yeah, no. I do. There's a song that's 2 minutes long that's called Crab Rave, medieval style. Also, in case you missed it, I did say hi, Corey, so don't get grump at me. We have space techno music, which is not. Everything comes back to crabs. It always does. I have an Epic EDM Mix 2018 that has a picture of a dragon on it, but I don't know if that is going to be We have 2 hours of dark techno / cyberpunk / industrial bass mixed, copyright free. I will admit I am not satisfied by this search. I'm gonna put on the one that said it was copyright free, and hopefully it didn't lie to me. Might be too intense for what we're doing here, but you know what, we're gonna see. Okay, so like right off the bat, I'm like, this feels kind of like Alice Madness Returns coded. I look sad. I was sad, but hold on. There's a great in the future. Okay, is that? How is that for voice versus like music balance? Yeah, I mean, no spicy raves, no spicy wizard rave. That's the rave I'm gonna host. It's gonna be the super sexy. Also, now I want to change my like. Yeah, I saw your message, Corey. I believe in you. I'm like, what is a what's like a wizardy a wizardy rave filter? I know. I like to use color filters on my thing. Don't you look so bad? Wow. You know what, Corey? Time out. Guess you have no choice but to go to a spicy wizard rave. You do. Oh. Sorry. That knee-jerk defensiveness. I'm like, you look bad. No. When have you ever actually gotten timed out? Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I just want something a little bit more like colorful. Am I gonna wear a beard? Yeah, I'm just like not gonna shave for a couple days and go. What am I fighting against here? Okay. This is probably gonna throw me off in the background, but it's all good. Kind of. I feel like if I actually need plaid, I will just hit up Fyra, because he is the king of plaid. But yes, sorry, Corey, as to your question about my post yesterday, I can kind of talk about it a little bit more, but I don't necessarily want to like just rant at you guys, if that makes sense. Like, if it is something that you guys also kind of want to talk about, or like, I don't know. Mostly, yes. Oh, you're just too big and beefy for your plaid shirts, huh? Nice. Fyra's titties are too big. He's looking like a Rob Liefeld drawing. Um, well, and honestly, I guess like kind of one of the things that I was like thinking about last night, Corey, on that topic, is like that I guess I hadn't really like necessarily framed it this way in my mind, because I have a little bit of a vested interest in what happens with the whole situation with like all this AI shit that's happening. But also just the thing of being like that people just like don't seem to recognize that like it's not just a thing of being like, well, I can't draw, so this makes a picture for me. It's like, okay, but like, because you reach a point where so much information and knowledge and like skill is going to have been scraped by various AI machines and generative machines, that like the breadth of who and like what can be replaced in a professional and industrial scale is kind of like endless past a certain point. And there's going to come a point, I think, if this doesn't kind of like run itself into the ground like NFTs did, where just like the information that's being stockpiled is not going to necessarily be to the benefit of the general public who is using it right now and feeding it all this information, but also just like, you know, what do we do if we reach a point where suddenly all of this information and skill that is now lost in the general population is now being gate kept by the people who control those systems? And possibly that they're like, well, now we have all this information and we're going to do what we want with it and we're going to use it to our benefit, but you guys can kind of like kick rocks. You know, that you have to assume that there will be a time when you won't be able to do things like easy or hard things with an AI. And when that happens, you have to still have the ability to like problem solve and critical think. And so when I talk about like being creative, it's not just in a way of being like, oh, making art, you know, because it's so much more than that. It's taking away people, and especially I feel like young people's, and I don't want to say that in a like, oh, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, blah blah blah. I say it more from the angle that you're being specifically targeted by people who are wanting to Gen Z, you heard it here first. Like, I realize people will be like, oh, don't, everything's political, and it's like, you know, or rather, why does everything have to be political? And I mean, I think this one is a pretty obvious one as to why, but legitimately, what I kind of meant when I was talking about people being like afraid of just the regular population, because I think that that's true anyways, but I think that we're at a really crucial point right now in a lot of different things that are happening all at once, and it is to their benefit to not have people thinking critically or coming up with ideas, or not like, you know, even like stupid ideas, even like, and just making everybody feel like they are so worthless and powerless, so that like people can't have agency or empower themselves, I guess. I don't know. As I said, I mean, if you talk to me at all, you know everything is political, but this especially is like, you know, again, this is not about my job security however far down the line. This is about, are you going to be able to like think for yourself and strategize and survive when all of the knowledge and skills has been scraped from normal people and we can't use the library that it has been put into? I guess in a very catastrophizing kind of way, a thought that I had kind of had insofar as this tech and the use of the tech being pushed on younger people especially is like, I feel like people kind of talk about being phased out by younger people in their industry, or, you know, but they sort of think of being like, what happens if like we just have an entire generation of people, or entire generations of people who just like can't create things without a machine generating it for them? Like, what happens to the next generation of like artists and creatives? Like, who are they going to be? Is there going to be anybody? And I think that's it's a little bit of a melodramatic like thing to be anxious about, but it's also sort of like, I had not really like consciously processed that anxiety of being like, you know, forget about me, forget about what I'm doing or what I'm going to be doing. It's like, what happens when the people who are still making their own art and thinking of their own stuff and coming up with their own ideas, what happens if past that, you know, we don't have a sustainable legacy of younger people picking up the mantle? And that's honestly really scary and depressing, because it's one thing to kind of like suppress people making art and using it to communicate with each other and build communities and stuff like that, but it's another to kind of like tear that out at the root, and like people not even recognizing that that's what they're doing, you know, that is like, there isn't anything to rebel against if you don't realize that you don't have this thing that it was taken from you. I'm good. In my individual life, I'm like okay, you know, but I feel like this is just that sort of existential thing where I am like, how can I use my energy and my, you know, whatever skill set I might have, is like, how do I use that to try and prevent that from being like the future that we're heading towards? I kind of agree with you, Corey. I kind of don't, because I would say it, like, pirating stuff is like, I'm not specifically endorsing that everyone go out and pirate things, but I think that there is a certain point where piracy becomes not a moral option, if that makes any sense. Like, if there are certain points where it's like, you know, if you want to, like, if somebody pirates like Adobe Suite because of how inaccessible it is through the subscription model and stuff like that, so that they can make their own stuff, I feel like that's not quite the same. Like, if they, I mean, if they pirate Adobe Studio and then just use the AI, shouldn't it? Then okay, fuck that. But because I will say, like, as far as like streaming goes, yes, true. Like, as far as streaming goes, I feel like people were very on board to pay for subscriptions and stuff like that, and it's like, as the pendulum is kind of going back the other way now, where it's like, you know, the streaming services have such a monopoly on the access, but also like the long-term access of the things that they own the licenses to. Because I know that this was a whole thing with like Cartoon Network, fairly well, I guess like last couple of years, where they were just like going in and like deleting all of these shows, and the people who worked on them, the people who were like the original creators of them and stuff like that, were just like, they couldn't, like, they basically were like, we had to pirate our own work so that it did not get like burned in this like purge that they did, and it was done because of a tax thing. And You know, so there's certain things where I would argue some people deserve to get stuff pirated from them. I'm sorry. That's the lesson of today. Sometimes crime is okay if the thing you're committing crime against is unethical. Wish. Sorry, I open. Oh, because we were talking about wizard raves, and I wanted to see if I could find some like EDM kind of like dance music that was like more fantasy flavored, and I admittedly did not find it in my cursory search, so yeah. Yeah. You know, okay. Oh gosh, here I thought I was gonna mix it up. Yeah, I would also kind of argue the thing of like when you, if you are directly impacting the creator of the thing you want to consume versus, you know, it doesn't really make a difference in their earnings. So like in that I'm saying, hey Justice, like, so I was gonna say like, you know, so if one was to like bypass the things of Spotify, would I consider that like amoral? Artists make so little money off of people listening to their music on Spotify that I feel like that could be a moral gray zone. You're just in time for me to tell kids to do crime. Also, we tried to find some wizard EDM, but the closest I got was cyberpunk dark wave. So that's our vibe right now. Oh my god, everyone's like, oh my god, celebrity. I mean, for real. Cyber wizard. It can be anything that you imagine, but I will say that I don't think that they even kind of like went. I'm sorry. Clearly, I'm still bothered about this because I was like, I want to go to a real wizard rave. Maybe not with real wizards, but just with like. I like going to themed things, okay? No. I want it to be a shared theme. I haven't, but we are planning on going to one early summer. Justice, don't tell people to do rape drugs. I'm the bad influence. And arguably, I am still arguing for something ethical. I will put an asterisk to that I don't necessarily feel like I am not going to judge somebody. What flavor is it? Of party drug? Of Run Fair? It's, oh my god. Yes, the spice must flow. Justice Fairs, this one, it's in a place that I know you've told me a few times, but I like don't know the town, so I mean, it doesn't really stick. Because I imagine it might be one that you actually already know, Kelsey. Also, I guess follow-up question, does Ottawa area have multiple run fairs to be like, which one? Yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock. Hopefully your day's almost over. Also, yes, you should muse about the run fair more if you are interested, Shavat. Not really? That's what I was thinking, okay. Yes, no. It would be, technically, it would be my second run fair that I've gone to, but the previous one I went to, I was like 8, so I think it'll be a little different. I'm in the one at Glen. Is that... Okay, there you go. There you go, see? Glengarry, Glen West. Are they being held? There you go. I mean, I know that, like, you guys were kind of talking about, like, a summer adventure to come to the Ottawa area, so, I mean, maybe if you wanted to do a big group run fair out here. And, it's in May, I think. Oh my god, next month, that's crazy. I'm not gonna think about that too hard. I have to invest in a costume. Yes, yes you do. I'm gonna peer pressure y'all into costuming. Can you bring your sword? Probably. So if I... Alright, well I don't think I need that. Can we bring swords? May is too soon? I know. What if it was like later in May? Did you dress up? A note. Well, the one that I went to when I was a kid, no, I didn't dress up. I feel like it was like me and maybe my mom and like one of my brothers just kind of were like, yeah, just randomly, you're going, okay, well, Justice might be only making a very brief appearance. Okay, see, it's at the end of May, Big Smith, so think about it at least, maybe. Also, I've been drawing this sexy man panel for a long time now. I should probably do a different panel, but here we go. Should just be like, aw, so-and-so was gonna come, or so-and-so came, but they had the one ring, so they're here, but you can't see them. I mean, you could be naked wearing the one ring, but I feel like that's getting into a whole other conversation that I don't know if I'm ready to go down those annals. I am not going to say anything to that. I mean, Sauron would see you, and Jesus would see you, so I guess you can decide on your game plan based on that information. And you wouldn't... I think when you tell the 5-0 when they get you for public nudity, they will appreciate the nuances of the situation. The 5-0. What if they have a ring wraith in their midst? thanks for coming by, Kelsey, and thank you for following me. No pressure, but come to my stream, so you can listen to my boyfriend talk about how he's gonna put the One Ring on his willy, apparently. Oh wait. No, he didn't say that. Well, forget that. Nothing was said. Oh my god. In my defense, I don't really have a good one. Dear God. Justice is gonna be like, this is why I don't come and hang out on your stream, because now we're talking about my main do veg with a ring on it. I'm sorry for this true. But yes. I imagine that Justice will not be in the net. I think he's gonna rewear his Hobbit outfit that he wore for Kelsey's. Oof. Thank you. Yeah, we're going out a little bit later to mix their thing for Charlotte's birthday. Also, wish Miss Charlotte a happy birthday. Protus. Oh yeah, that's right. If anybody hasn't done it, wish Miss Charlotte a happy birthday. Joyous snore. So design was really, yeah. Why do you think that they're here, Justice? Also, to be fair, I already went on a mini spiel. Don't want to call it a rant. I did a little monologue about my post yesterday, but what kind of cannibalism should we talk about? Yeah, Fern has pushed her bed over to like the doorway of my office and is melted on the floor. And Rosie, I had the vacuum out earlier, so I think she is hiding. I feel like I need to get some like more new cannibalism stories. Do you have anything Wizards themes? Wizard themed cannibalism. I feel like that could make sense from any. I feel like that starts to get into some degree of tribalism that I am less, like, I don't want to say like I'm not interested in it, but I feel like it's something that gets very overstated a lot of the time. But I suppose that rituals can also be done by like European kind of stuff. Well, now I'm curious. Let me see if I... Delicatessen? Jeanette. Best cannibal. I feel like I've mentioned this one before. I like... Oh my god. starts with an R. It's not. Oh my god. Butt cheek. Yes. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. Now I do need to look this up because that's gonna annoy me. It starts with an R. Like I want to be like ravaged, but that's not it. Oh my god, what is it called? Cannibal splatter. For a second I looked at this list and I was like, Sweeney Todd, and I was like, oh, right. I suppose that is about cannibalism. Ravenous. Jesus Christ. Also, I will say, I don't know how many people have heard of this. There's a movie called Cadaver that is like a foreign horror movie, and it is definitely interesting. It's a little bit like, I want to say it's like a little bit of like a weird movie, because it's like the weirdness of it almost makes it like not scary in a way, but I still like enjoyed it. I've also only watched it once. Maybe I should watch it again. Oh damn. Got a 5.2 out of 10 stars on oh well. I liked it. So Cadaver. It is Norwegian. Just gonna throw up the trailer real quick. I do not need all of you though. I'm gonna keep doing my little drawing in the background, but I don't need the full page. I suppose I could have. What? No, it's good. I understand how technology works. It's good.
Hva gjør oss til mennesker? I tider som dette. Hva skiller oss fra dyrene? Kjærlighet. Savn. Håp.
Jeg tror vi alle kan ha godt av et lite avbrekk fra denne skrekkelige hverdagen. Er dere enige?
Å overleve er ikke nok. Vi mennesker trenger å føle. Hotellet er scenen. Dere vil nå få utdelt masker. Det er skillet mellom dere og skuespillet.
Var det skuespillere?
Alice? Har du sett en liten jente?
Yeah, you might have watched it with me actually, Fire. It would have been a while ago. No, it's just that logo. Okay. Yeah, apparently it's on Netflix. That was probably where I watched it. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. And because I feel like I gotta rep. Let me see if I can find the trailer for Ravenous, because this movie's from 1999. Now I'm Blu-ray.
I'm sending you to California, Fort Spencer.
We have 4 missing soldiers, Captain, and no bodies. We need a supportable explanation.
Captain John Boyd is about to discover
Also the voice
ends up at Fort Spencer.
Captain Boyd is about to find out he's more of a
something
snap
he
than you
never
realize.
imagined.
We have a great sense of camaraderie here at Fort Spencer.
This Indian scout told me a curious story.
Winged eagle.
It's an old Indian myth from the north.
Man eats the flesh of another. He absorbs the other man's strength.
Now, one man must choose
We need others.
between having dinner
Okay.
and being dinner.
Was there no other movie trailer voiceover guy back then? Rob Schneider is your
Guy
dinner.
Pearce,
I'm gonna kill him.
Robert Carlyle,
He was tough, but then a good soldier ought to be.
Jeffrey Jones,
I bring you into the fold.
What's wrong?
David Arquette,
There's no guilt. I gotta eat. But it's tough making friends.
Ooh, that is true. And yes, this movie's from '99, so Corey was more. I know Corey's not ready to defend himself. But yeah, that is a true fact, Nico. It's not a fun fact, it's true.
Ravenous,
Bon appetit.
That's admittedly was not the energy I was expecting for that trailer, but I can't say I didn't like it at all, so. Those are my 2 cannibal movie suggestions if you have not seen them already. I think that they were both fun. See if drawing male titties is gonna get us in trouble. Also, how are you guys feeling? Do you guys want more like doodly-doo chill ambient music, or are you okay with the current vibes? Actually, oh yes. I need to send some Barney pictures to Farah. Me and Alistair? Why would the main Alistair that comes to mind when you say that is the Alistair from Dragon Age, and maybe, although he's like a paladin type. I assume that was not the Alistair you meant. Has been, okay. Remind me which one he is? I have watched the show. I just kind of watched it in like an afternoon, and it was a little bit ago, so. The radio team, okay. It's all coming back. All coming back to me now. We watched the monkey on the weekend, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I don't know if it... Who was it? Was it Corey who was saying that they were kind of like, or that they weren't in the right headspace? They weren't expecting it to be as like kind of like goofy as it was. Because I know that we were talking about that last time, but yeah, I liked it. It was good. I'd recommend giving it a watch if you want to see people's heads get exploded in various creative ways. Also, I kind of did the gamble because I had made dinner and I was like, let's put on the movie to get it going. And I was like, I wonder how far in we're gonna get before it starts getting gross. Which is always a little bit of a gamble when you want to like put on a horror movie when you're eating. And let's just say the very first scene, somebody's intestines get harpooned and pulled out. So yummy, yummy. Yeah, no, it was, there's, I don't know, I mean, I get tense when it's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? But I feel like I would get, like, anxious when it's like, oh no, it's gonna happen. They're gonna get killed in a really weird way and I'm gonna be scared. But then, like, every time it happens, you're like, oh my god. Yeah, as I said, I liked it. I liked the kind of like sense of humor that it had, because I feel like they still played it pretty like straight, such as it was. It was just like they sort of leaned into the campiness of the concept of like they're the killer toy monkey making random people die, and then the twin brothers dynamic as adults I thought was played in a fun way. So I don't know, we just saw a horror movie that's actually kind of recent that other people might have seen recently or be thinking about seeing, so I wanted to mention it. I feel like a lot of times when I'm like talking about movies, it's either like I'll put on like a really random one for a while ago that no one else is thinking about right now, or I'll be like, I've just watched a lot of random horror indie game playthroughs and that's not really not like a specifically organized one. But do you have another gross movie to suggest? I've been trying to get him to watch Green Room, which I haven't watched yet, and I know that people say it's kind of intense. But I guess I'm like, well, it's like about a band, it's like about so maybe he wouldn't enjoy that experience, but oh god, what song is it? I say with some trepidation. There. It's just like the ambient background music all the time. So my mind, when being like, what's like a wacky, weird, like horror song to think of, I was definitely thinking of Oh my god, what is that one? It's like the robot song that was from like a Reddit post where it was like, my boyfriend uses this as like a tempo guide when we are having relations, and then everyone's like, that doesn't sound so bad, and then she's like, this is the song, and everyone's like, oh no, that's bad. God. And I sound like a crazy person if that was not a helpful way of describing the saga I was thinking of, but that's okay. Yes, it was me. I was the boyfriend being referenced in that now infamous Reddit post. It's like starts with a C. Like it sounds like a Russian word. It's not an English title. Yes, that's the one. Thank you, my youngest brother. Also, how are you doing, Jugga? I feel like I have not seen you around these parts in a little bit. So I appreciate that this was the moment you chose to drop in. I don't know if this man is doing okay. I'm sorry, man. Saw him 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's okay. Well, I am glad you are popping by tonight then. And helping us with very important referential information. Also, I will admit, Jugga, I have maybe failed at thinking of another game that would be fun to, like, watch you play through. Because I feel like the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I guess also if we had done the original one, is like a decently compact game to do from. We're meeting again in 2 weeks. Why does this sound so ominous? And almost getting there. I'm sorry. These ladies are making somewhat thirsty faces, so if I make any weird faces, I'm trying to figure them out. Pretend I did. Oh, puppy. little crop top jersey, cause I have watched some of that playthrough. Also, is it a trilogy? Are there 3 St-Onge games? Mario is like the first. What do you mean, Big Smith? I'm not following. I apologize if I'm just being a dumb. Oh, or are you suggesting the first original Mario to watch? Interesting, okay. Because yeah, as I said, I know that, like, there's the original game and then it was kind of like a big deal that the sequel came out, so... Play Mario game? You play Mario game. I feel like that's kind of a game that you want to, like, take turns doing. Just because, I mean, part of why watching Silent Hill is fun is because it is such like a narrative game. So I guess I would be like, what's like another kind of like nice contained narrative game that like I have seen a sexy man before. I know how to drive a man being sexy, sure. I know. Did you move your bed all the way across to me? I'm sorry. This is a butt. Just believe that there's something kind of covering it. Have you played that one, Chaka? I have watched some playthrough of that. Look at this guy. He needs some work. Future Gen has this. It's all good. You haven't played it yet. Okay. Well, I do know that one is like people do like the story of it a lot. So. How, like, long of a game is the main story of, like, Ghost of Tsushima? Another one that might be fun that I've like... It's a big story. Another one that I admittedly still kind of want to like give another chance like playing myself. But I feel like could be interesting to watch as like a story kind of like game. Would be he's got, look, he has underpants on. That's what I said. You have to believe me. He has like bottoms on. As long as there's not a female presenting nipple, we're good. I feel like I've been interested in Dishonored for a while, and I played like the first level of the second one, and kind of didn't immediately click with the gameplay style, but I still like. I like the aesthetic of the game a lot, so it's like, I don't know, maybe I should try again. Not sure if I have the first one, because I definitely don't have it as like a physical thing. Sorry, this person in the back kind of looks like Grimace. Who says Grimace can't go to a sexy male strip club after hours? I mean, do we know that there's only one Grimace? There could be more than one Grimace. Perhaps there are some lady Grimaces. It could be one of his canonical relations. Thank you, Nico. Anyone wants to do some further reading. These panels are getting a little sweet. That's mobile. I am admittedly not a huge Adam Sandler enjoyer. But is it kind of recent that you ask, or is there, is Grimace attending a strip show yet? Okay. Corey. I cannot advise on such things. I'm hungry. Right, we were just talking about that. Alas, we must take both things together. Just rain forever. Yeah, we definitely had like last week we had like 2 days where there was like snow going on. Like snow proper. And now it's like, I think my weather app said it was like 17 degrees out, so what, 77? Yay! Huzzah. Well, there you go. That's something nice. Thank you. She's wearing like kind of like a little like magician slash ringmaster kind of costume. So yes. Yeah, it's been a very nice temperature day out, I would say, although it's very windy and gray today. Yesterday was very like springy, summery. Yeah, kind of actually, Joker. Gotta look up a water gun though. I mean, I think it's like objectively a good song. Like the guy who made it has made other kind of like satire but good songs, so I would probably think it was funny. Or it'd be like, what you know. I don't actually think I do. I feel like that's one of those things that I'm like, I'll add to my cart when I'm like online shopping and stuff, and then I'll like always end up going for like something black. Yeah, it's actually kind of a problem because when I like fold my laundry and put it away, I'm always like, I gotta make an effort to like actually fold it and make it organized. And then because my clothes are like almost all black, whenever I'm like looking for a specific black item, I end up just like messing up all the folding I did anyways, so. I also have a lot of like shirts and like a lot of shirts and tops and everything that are also all like little tiny, or like they're all like variations of non-patterned black, but I'm still like, there's a specific non-patterned black shirt I want that is not unused. exactly. Except again, I wonder if, because you're a mod maybe, Byra? We did it. We did another page. I feel like I should move this stuff up. So I will look for those photos that you asked about, Byra. I feel like I can't say with 100% confidence that Piggy has never disappeared. If I have left laundry on the bed, so. Pretty much. What happens to your mom? Does your mom get lost in a pile of black clothing? Nothing. Okay. I was gonna say. Your mother is actually just like a sleep paralysis demon. I realized that I shrunk these, or made more room in these panels, and the things I'm adding to it is kind of doesn't look like anything, so I am confident that future gen will polish this up nicely. You should have just run to class with a chicken tendy in your mouth like a little anime character. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I definitely... Sorry if that sounded judgy, I don't mean it that way. More... I know for... with my animals, I have multiple fur babies who like to go under a blanket. So, I just try to make sure that I do a cursory check before I sit down or lay down anywhere too hard. Yes, I have a blanket on the couch to try and reduce some amount of cat hair going directly on the couch. And so the cats like to sit on top of the blanket, and the cats like to burrow under the blanket. And earlier today, Jack was burrowed under and Loki was laying on top, and I was like, I think Jack was there first, Loki, but okay. Okay, sorry, so I'm gonna switch gears for a second. Excuse me, fire. So, do you want me to like pick a specific photo that I want you to use for reference for a Barney drawing, or like do you just figure? Oh, crikey. Or do you just want like some general reference photos? So, actually, yeah, no, I know, but I just mean like, do I need to pick one that I'm like draw this, or just like. Just a few that, or some of him sitting. Surprised that you don't have a lot of. I actually sent a bunch to my ex kind of recent. Well, proportionally recently. Oh my god, that's annoying. That is true. Okay. Yeah, I went pretty far back with some of these. Hold on. To be fair, I guess a lot of these photos also don't have me in them because I figured that my ex didn't really want a bunch of pictures with me and our son. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't copy it before. Hold on. Here you go. You guys are gonna get to see some pictures of me and the baby boy of mine that passed away kind of recently. Not really. Mostly it is a thing of we were in communication because our shared cat, Barney, who was living with him, got just kind of like sick and wasted away at the end of last year, and he ended up getting put down end of January or early February, I guess. So, you know, I was the person who took all of the pictures. So he asked me to send a bunch of just like Barney photos. Yeah. Dang it. I think it makes sense if I click some of them, but not. You rolled out the first two, okay. I am maybe just showing off some pictures, the current one. I said I'm going back and trying to find the ones that are like every day. Let's be real. Okay, Ira, I know you probably don't want these ones, but I just want to show them anyways. His model photos. Yeah, this was our barn cat. He was our wedding cat. A brunette? Yeah. At this point I actually had you can see it a little bit, I had like, because I had a few different kind of like bright, god damn it, Nico. Will I release? Maybe. When will I release? Stay tuned. Yes, this was around the time when I was like, I had like a purple ombre for a while, like dark brown to like various degrees of purple. Sorry, okay, this one does not have me in it, but Jack and Barney. Barney is a very handsome boy. I called him my dragon prince because he was very handsome, but also sometimes you would, hi, is that my puppy? He'd look at you and you could see there was a reptilian energy about him. So, friend, come here. Get over here. Friend, come here. Yeah, that one's Jack and Barney. Okay, well here's one of me actually holding him. Friend is just like, pay attention to me. Friend, come here, baby. Come here. Right here, right here. Thank you. Oh! Whee, we got a puppy. What are you doing? It's not a little spicy. Leaving at the spice rave? Baby. And up she comes. Yes, and Barney, less so in the like last few years of his life, I guess, but Barney was often like at least a 15-pound cat, and like he wasn't fat, he was just gigantic. He was a big boy, and I feel like that seems to be big boys sometimes don't get to stick around as long. I'd say it's like pretty big for a cat, yeah. He's also like just a big cat though. Like Rosie, I think, is like 13 pounds. She might be 15, but here's one when he was a little bit littler. Unless it will not let me copy it. Oh. A little dramatic. Right. Look at bum zooming things out. Look at bum zooming things out. How rude. Thank you. He was large and in charge. Except much more deliberately so than some other cats we know. I actually think this would be... He was rolling around on the ground, probably being like, come play with me, come play with me, come pet my belly, it'll be safe, you'll have fun. And then he would like attack you. Would you like me to look for some more photos, maybe, Fyra? And yes, often it is a trap, it's true. This isn't Barney, but here's a vintage Loki photo. And a vintage Jen photo, I guess. This is from like 10 years ago. Also look at that, no tattoos, oh my god. I probably had my back tattoo at that point. little noodly arms. Yeah, no. Barney was definitely, did not have a tummy that he wanted pet. But maybe this time he did. You would risk it. I feel like I have a lot of pictures like holding Jack and stuff. I know. Well, that one I have tats. You can see my forearm tat on my one arm. But no, piercing is pretty new. Yeah. As I said, very handsome man. And that's how he got away with his naughtiness, because he was such a handsome boy. Also, hello, Big Smith, welcome back. Put that away. Oh yes, sorry, yes. Yeah. Barney was a bit more of my ex's baby, but he was my baby too. I had silver hair for a very brief amount of time. The cat. Oh, that cat. That darn cat. He was a good... Well, he was a naughty boy, but he was a good boy. He was a good one. Oh my god. This is from 2013, so this is very baby for both of us. You're gonna be like... with pigtails? Oh, It was kind of like a half up, half down kind of thing, but oh my god. It's not the cutest picture of either of us, but you know what? I'll toss it in the pile for you, Pirate. Thanks, I guess. Okay. Are you ready? I think these are some pictures that Fire actually took back in 2012, which is when we first would have brought him home, so he was maybe like a couple months here. He was so small. He's a little... Also, you could already see the naughtiness that he knew he was going to be capable of. Yeah. As I said, we brought him home. There was like a litter of kittens at our wedding because we had it at a barn, and yeah. Also, here's another vintage Loki and Jen pic. So this would have been the first, this is the day we met Barney. And her what? Yes, Loki is not really... No, the kittens were there. It was more like, we're taking this kitten with us, so... But yeah, he was just a little boy. Friends like, are you talking about little guys? To finish her turn. Also, Miss Charlotte, oh. I just read that in like Lois's voice being like, Peter. Charlotte, when you get here, just park down in front so I can just buzz you in, okay? Alright. I suppose I shall send you these things now. It is such a beautiful body. Oh my god. Right. I suppose that makes sense. Did I get you already? Is that it? Okay. Gotta roll. Autobots roll out. Okay, I'm just gonna put all of these photos in its own book for now. And now I'm going to try and do another thing. I mean, last week, kind of, yeah. Because we had, like, ice going on. Has 8 panels. I love an 8 panel page. Yeah, this was back in the first apartment we lived with, and just a little girl. I just love it when animals like tuck themselves under a blanket or lay with their head on a pillow, and you're like, oh, yeah, you just want to be comfy. So comfy, cozy. Friend's like, yeah, I'm real comfy cozy right now. I'm laying on the fucking keyboard. But yeah. Barney was my guy. Oh, hello. Yes, Big Smith. What's up? Okay, I think there's actually 7 panels and this was misnumbered. Wait. Because you love to suffer. Why do you think when I draw my like little avatar with the horns on, I tend to do just like as a black solid shape? We're breaking up. Wow, okay, kind of bad. At least I know that if Big Smith has a question, it's probably not going to be about turtle genitalia. Although I can't say never. I think just because you came in and we were like, question. I don't think that's right, but I'm not getting into another turtle anatomy discussion. Hey Dylan. I know, these boxes are very scandalous. I'm gonna get banned again. Sorry. Sorry. When I get to like, I personally think that like 6 panels is kind of crowded, so doing like 7 or 8 panels is kind of a lot. Admittedly, I feel like it would depend, especially when you're kind of like wanting to show like action happening, that you're like, I want to keep this like legible, but I don't know. I mean, I guess you could be like, why don't you just do like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, because I'm not like other page layouters. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in. God, just a lot of action going on in this. I will probably redo the actual lines of this panel when I actually do this, so they don't look bad. But yeah, just have it all be a big vignette. Can you tell a full story? I guess it depends on what story you're telling. Is my evasive question. You could tell a story in one picture, really, when you think about it. What's that? Interesting. Okay. I genuinely did not know that one then. I wasn't sure it's still images. Interesting. I feel like I'm making a really serious face right now, and that's because the heart. Yeah? I sense you're perhaps saying that sarcastically. Or are you saying that earnestly, Dylan? Fair. No. Yeah, I know when I go to visit my family, I'm thinking that I might go for like a week, and I have a very handsome cat sitter, so I'm not like worried about that, but I'm like, I'm gonna miss the kids. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Possibly. We are still finalizing things, but depending on how I decide to transit down there. Alright, okay, that's it. We're done. Let's move on from me drawing these panels because I want to. She should anyways. Geez. I mean, I guess it was in her carrier. I don't know if I would trust her to not fall off the river. Would love you can. What's this stuff? Oh my goodness. I'm just a little guy. I'm just the littlest guy ever laying across my tablet. Yeah? I'm a good guy. I love you, but you have to lay on my tablet, huh? Can I hold you like... Oh, friends like, do not hold me like a baby. our baby and my baby. Can you lay here and sleep? Yeah, right there, right there. There you go. Right down. Right there. You wanna go down? I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. There you go. And back to bed. Oh, how come? Yes, I just saw your message, Miss Charlotte. Are you guys very encumbered? Like, would it be possible for you guys to go around to the front? It is appreciated. I've been saving. But I saved it again. Thank you, Nico. sure future Jen is going to appreciate that I am intending this gun to be specific looking, so. Well, this water Nerf gun fit me at least. Sorry. So you did not get jump scared. Apologies. I just had to let people in physically and emotionally. Black Cat's piano and deep bass live. What does that mean? Sure. Let's see what that is. Yes, apologies. We'll see how we feel about this. I found 80s dark music, well, dark fantasy music, but it's lo-fi, not like upbeat music, so. I feel like I was vibing with the goth club. I figured that this was a little bit more the vibe than my more melancholic lo-fi that we usually do, so. And yes, just to reiterate, I'm going only till 7 tonight, so we are going to say adios in not too long, but not yet. I know, I mean, admittedly, also, I do like my playlists that I usually have going, because they're just like chill, and I kind of know what to expect, but depending on my energy level, sometimes it does make me a little sleepy, so. Don't even play. No, I definitely take advantage of being at home with my couch and my bed and all my animals who want to cuddle, and I probably nap more than I should, so. I don't know that I love that, but let's keep it going. The occasional cat nap? Yes, only an occasional, not like every day. So, guns and stuff like that, you can tell, are definitely my forte for drawing props. I have to just trust the process, and that future gen will figure it out. So I'm going to call it here, and I'm gonna go eat some food because I'm fucking hungry. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching me struggle to fit 1,000,000 panels onto a page. And yes, I will see y'all on Wednesday.
Can I say hi to the stream?
Sure, if you want to. You can look at yourself in that one or in that one.
Hi, stream people.
Miss Charlotte's ready to go out for birthday things. We're ready to go. Okay. Also, everybody give one last happy birthday to Miss Charlotte. Or else. Dennis, goddammit. Happy birthday, Charlotte. You're 15.
In my heart. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
Yeah. Time to go and do some bye mixing. I'm really beyond it. Goodbye. More like goodbye, mixer. Bye.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.